And then he decided to run for the U.S. Senate. And when he announced, he changed. He took a hard right turn. He said, he called the stimulus socialism. Now, he's really happy to cut ribbons for the stimulus projects, but he called it socialism. And I thought, well, who'd know socialism better than John Hoeven? He's a guy that ran the only socialist bank in America. He must know what he's talking about. And then then the Tea Party came. And he's so afraid of the Tea Party. He's so afraid that there was going to be a third party in the race, or that he'd have trouble at the Republican convention. So afraid of that when Michelle Bachmann came to town. Now, who's scarier than Michelle Bachmann? The woman who wants to investigate Congress for its anti-American sentiments and wants to wean us from Social Security and Medicare. This woman is certifiably scary. Well, he stood next to Michelle Bachmann and said, I'm excited to stand next to Michelle Bachmann at a Tea Party event in Bismarck. Which governor is this? Which John Hoeven is this? I said, boy, that's not very authentic. This guy blows in the wind. He's a political chameleon. He'll be whatever you want him to be at the time. No principles. That's inauthentic. And people might recognize that. They just might. And if there's a contrast, then it's with somebody that's authentic. And so that's what I offer. I just tell you what I think. And you know what? Some of the time you're going to disagree with me. You're going to disagree with me. You're going to disagree with me. Once in a while, you're going to disagree with me. But you'll know where I stand. And you'll know why I said what I said. And you'll know that I'll stick up for my principles. That's authentic. That's the contrast between us. And then when it comes to issues. Where's John Hoeven stand on the issues? Bueller? Bueller? Anyone? Have you heard of John Hoeven? John Hoeven, everybody's heard of John Hoeven. John Hoeven's very popular. What's he stand for? He has no positions on any issue affecting the United States Senate. In fact, I've been trying to figure out why is he running for governor, or why is he running for the U.S. Senate? Why is he doing that? Somebody tell him it was a higher office, he should know better. Every time he runs to cut a ribbon for a project Senator Dorgan brings to the state, he gets to speak first because that's protocol. The governor gets to speak first. It's the highest office in the land. Art Link came back from Congress to run for governor because it's the highest office in the land. Why is he going to the U.S. Senate? Can't figure it out. So I looked at his campaign literature. I listened to his ads on radio over and over and over and over again. He's spending so much money. I hear these ads all the time. And I'm trying to figure out, why is he running for governor or U.S. Senate? And you know all I've heard in there is he wants to take North Dakota's successes to Washington. And as I said at the Democratic State Convention, you can repeat it along with me if you'd like. Governor, the Bakken Formation does not extend to the District of Columbia. How are you supposed to take these successes to Washington? You can't do it. You can't do it. So what will you do when you get there? Well, we were just talking about it. What will he do? He's a political chameleon. He will fit in to the party and no. He will do what Mitch McConnell tells him to. He will vote with the Republicans to block every initiative that will help people in America, that will bring us out of the recession. Because they are so wedded to having political power that they don't care that it brings the country down so that they can get elected. So they're throwing every roadblock in the face of this president. Franklin Roosevelt brought us out of the Depression. He fought the Depression, and he had a cordial Congress that went along with it. Our president, trying to bring us out of recession, has a Congress that will not act. We have the majority in both houses. The House passes things, and they go over to the Senate, and they die because of the filibuster. They die because Tom Coburn in Oklahoma says, no, I'm putting a hold on that. You'll need 60 votes to pass that. Can you imagine? We had a 57 to 41 vote yesterday. We've had 56 to 40 votes. We had another one today, I think it was 58 to 40, something like that. And none of these bills passed. That's a landslide in politics, and you know it. That's a landslide anywhere. But it doesn't count because we can't get the 60 votes in the U.S. Senate. We have to change that. We have to change that. The majority has a responsibility to rule, and they have to rule. And I didn't like it when the Republicans had a majority. But we knew that they were in charge. we would wait until the next election to throw them out when they did the wrong things. And we did throw them out. We threw them out in 2006. We threw them out in 2008. And what did we win? Not enough, I'm afraid. Not enough. We've got to keep fighting this fight. Well, I'm the kind of guy that can fight a fight. I'm not afraid of anybody. I'm not afraid of John Hoeven. I'm not afraid of the Tea Party. I went down to Levin, South Dakota and spoke at a Tea Party rally. And you know what I told him? I said, you want a guy that's cut taxes? Well, I've done nothing but cut taxes. It's not my fault. We have so much oil money, it'd be foolish to leave it in the state treasury. We should need to send it back to the people. I said, Constitution? You guys are in favor of the Constitution, aren't you? So am I. I believe that Congress should declare war. I believe that, that we have a separation of powers for a reason. I believe in the Constitution of the United States. I used to teach it. I'm a civics teacher. I believe in that. So what's your problem with me? Well, there wasn't one. They do it big. Yeah, understand, Great. It's great. But we have to spread the word.